Hey, before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss this story. The first thing I noticed when we walked into the ballroom was a hum of laughter, clinking glasses, and a faint scent of perfume mixed with champagne. My wife, Julia, had her hair pulled up perfectly, red dress hugging her in all the right places. She smiled at me, just a little too brightly, and whispered, "You'll see, tonight's going to be fun." I wanted to believe her. I really did. But the way she checked her phone almost every minute made a knot tighten in my stomach. Text from a name I didn't recognize. A little too many emojis, too casual. I tried to ignore it. Her boss, a tall man named Derek, was already there, laughing with a circle of colleagues. Julia's eyes lit up when she saw him. She excused herself and floated over, her laughter ringing across the room, almost like a melody I didn't recognize. I stayed back, sipping my drink, forcing a smile that felt hollow. Minutes passed, and then I heard it. Julia bragging. About Derek. About how he noticed her ideas in a meeting. How he values her contributions more than anyone else. How she was definitely on track for a promotion because of him. Her voice was casual, playful, but something in the way she tilted her head, let her hand rest lightly on his arm, made my chest tighten with a slow, creeping jealousy I couldn't shake. I forced myself to laugh at one of her jokes. A cold smile plastered across my face. My mind was spinning. Did she realize how obvious she was being? Or did she not care? The band started playing, and the room blurred around me. I checked my phone, another text from Derek, and her replying almost instantly. My stomach sank. Something was off. Very off. I watched her laugh, leaning into him slightly. My hand tightened around my glass. The air felt heavier, warmer, almost suffocating. I wanted to ask her about it, confront her, but what if I was overreacting? What if I was imagining things? Then Julia glanced back at me and smiled. That same smile she always used to calm me. But tonight, it felt like a challenge. I realized in that heartbeat that the night was far from innocent. Something was about to change between us. The music swelled, lights flickering across the room, but I felt like I was watching everything through a fog. Julia was at the center of it all, animated, laughing, brushing her hair back with a grace that now felt deliberate, performative. I tried to anchor myself, telling my mind she was just networking, just enjoy herself. But the text told a different story. I excused myself to the balcony, phone in hand, scrolling. Derek's messages were flirtatious, too familiar, too intimate. And Julia's replies, they weren't just polite acknowledgments. There were winks, emojis, and words that made my chest tighten in a way that was almost painful. My fingers hovered over the screen, wanting to confront her immediately, but fear froze me. When I returned, she was standing close to Derek, her laughter loud, easy casual. She leaned in, whispering something in his ear, and the way he smiled at her, like she was the only person in the room, hit me like a punch. My stomach twisted. I remembered the small details I had ignored before. The way she avoided eye contact when I mentioned Derek casually. The secretive phone calls she took in the bathroom. The way she always seemed a little too excited after meeting with him. I had brushed it off as paranoia. I had been wrong. I tried to speak, to get her attention, but she waved at me distractedly, completely absorbed in him. Something inside me snapped. The betrayal wasn't a vague suspicion anymore. It was real, sharp, undeniable. I stepped closer, my voice low, almost shaking. "Julia." She turned to me, eyes wide, master charm slipping. "Hey, don't worry. You'll meet Derek soon. He's amazing. You'll love him." Her words should have felt innocent, casual, but they hit like acid. That night, I followed her subtle gestures, her secret smiles, her quick texts. And then I noticed something that made my blood run cold. A small piece of paper she slipped into her purse, almost like a code, something personal that wasn't meant for me. I caught a glimpse of the words. "Tonight was perfect. Meet me after the party." I froze. My heart pounded. After the party? Who? The room spun around me. Every laugh, every cheer now felt like betrayal echoing in slow motion. I wanted to leave, scream, confront her, but a heavier fear rooted me in place. This wasn't just flirting. This was planned. And then she turned, eyes meeting mine across the room, her smile calm, unreadable. And I knew one thing with horrifying clarity. By the end of tonight, nothing between us would ever be the same. The party was winding down, the last guests laughing and leaving, glasses clinking as the staff cleared tables. I stayed near the edge, watching Julia chat with Derek, the way she leaned in, fingers brushing his arm. My chest felt heavy, every breath tight. I could no longer pretend ignorance. Finally, I approached her, voice controlled but sharp. "Julia, we need to talk." She turned, tilting her head, the same calm smile plastered on her face. "Sure, outside," she said, as if nothing was wrong. In the quiet of the empty parking lot, the truth spilled. "I saw your texts, the notes, the way you've been acting tonight. Are you cheating on me?" My words trembled, but I forced them out. Her face softened, almost pitying, but her eyes didn't waver. "You're overreacting," she said lightly. "Derek, he's just someone I admire at work. That's all." I laughed bitterly. The sound hollow, admirable enough to send secret messages, to plan meetings after parties, to flirt behind my back. My hands shook with rage and heartbreak. "Julia, I trusted you." She stepped closer, placing a hand on my arm. My skin crawled at the touch. "You're making this into something bigger than it is," she whispered. I stepped back, voice rising. "Bigger? This isn't bigger. This is betrayal. You've been lying to me, hiding things, laughing in my face while you do it. Was I just your convenience?" Her silence was the answer. Everything inside me broke at once. Years of trust, memories, moments, every one of them tainted by this revelation. My love, my patience, my hope, all crumbled in a heartbeat. I turned away, feeling a strange clarity. "I thought you were my partner," I said, voice low. "But I see now you've chosen someone else, and I'm done pretending otherwise." She tried to reach out, but I didn't stop. I walked away, heart aching, tears stinging my eyes, but my head held high. I realized something vital that night. Love without respect is just a cage, and I refused to be trapped. The next days were quiet. I deleted numbers, blocked messages, and allowed the silence to cleanse me. Painful? Yes. Liberating? Even more. Because I learned something crucial. Loyalty can't be demanded. It must be chosen. And if it's not chosen, it's time to walk away. If you've ever faced betrayal or had someone break your trust, I want to hear your story. Drop in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more real stories of heartbreak, betrayal, and the strength it takes to move on.